morning, everyone. It's Cassie. I hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome back to Frostpunk 2. So we've built a logistics district and we've sent people out for expeditions. We are waiting for those expeditions to be completed, and we're looking for basically a new source of fuel, something a little more permanent than the coal seals that we're finding so far on our map. And that's kind of where we left off. We're taking a look at the Frozen Bay now. Over 30 years ago, the Imperial Exploration Company landed here to build the region's generators. A few hastily dismantled repairs stick out over the ice, a faded reminder of their short-lived purpose. Frozen Bay expedition under Jasper Aldridge is approaching the area. There's my expedition on its way. We have sent an expedition out over here, and we have some things that we can do. I thought I said to take the stored prefabs, but I also don't recall. Oh no, we didn't do this one. We did another one for a couple cores. So we'll let them get themselves sorted out, get themselves to the expedition, and while they're doing that...
freeze is incoming. Ignore at your peril.
In the meantime, what we need to do is make sure that we're generating enough stuff across the board. We need food, we need shelter, and we definitely need materials. We have materials here, but we could use more. As you can see up here, we're like dramatically off-kilter on materials. So I wonder how we are doing. This is a permanent source of materials. These are prefabs? Yes. Okay, I want to, if I have to frost break over to here, I want to do that. I don't need to. I can go ahead and set up some expedition camps, but I do want to frost break a little bit more. Not expedition camps, extraction districts. That's what I need to set up. Why can't I? I wonder why I can't set up on this square, or this, they're kind of like hexagons. Okay, I can. But I don't have enough squares to fill. So I'm gonna have to frost break a little bit more. Council's in recess. Our expedition is 25% of the way to the city, or to the expedition site. It's going to warm up in a couple days. Hunger is fine. Disease is fine. Cold. Squalor we need to work on. And for that we need materials. And for goods scarcity, I haven't yet found a resolution. Oh, that's what that noise was. Fire in the shaft. Coal is running out. Steward, a fire has broken out in our coal mine. If we don't react, we'll lose the mine along with the deposit. Some of the Faith Keepers engaged in the rescue effort insist we can still save the mines by cutting off the air supply to the shaft and suffocating the flames, but some of the child miners are still making their way out. It'll suffocate them too. After we deal with the crisis in the blasting coal mine, we will ensure the accidents do not occur again. If we run out of coal, the whole city will freeze. We'll save the deposit. Some child miners will die. Or evacuate the workers. Our humanity is worth more than a single coal mine. The miners will be saved, the blasting coal mine will be destroyed, and the district's remaining coal reduced by 50%. Yikes. This is a hard decision. Some child miners will die. People will not like that. Let's see what happens when we do that. About 100.
A memorial will be held this evening to honor those who gave their lives in the mines.
The Faith Keepers really like us. They are quite devoted to us. Everyone else is still pretty neutral, and that's a good thing. Okay, I can propose a new law. Oh. Do I need to? I need to, right? For someone? Mass-produced goods. Where is the mass-produced goods law? Do I have to research something first? I said I would look this up last time I was here. I didn't. Oh. She's silly. There we go. Mass-produced goods. In order to overcome scarcity, we will organize our production lines to increase goods production, supported by the New Londoners and the Faith Keepers, or durable goods is supported by the Frostlanders. In order to make the best use of scarce resources, we'll focus on producing sturdy and easily repairable goods. Goods demand per capita is slightly decreased. Goods production efficiency is increased. This is the one I have to do in order to win favor with the New Londoners, so this is the one I'm going to do. They both seem fine. The 4 votes are easily outweighing the hesitant and against, so I'm going to skip negotiation and go right to a vote. That's good.
Hear ye, hear ye. The delegates have spoken. The law takes effect.
The New Londoners are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Relations with New Londoners approve. Trust rises.
A new law takes hold.
Still neutral, though. We have a council, but will anything actually change? For years, the Faith Keepers have just had their way. But if this is a chance to block some of their idiotic ideas, we could show the city reason, convince them to adapt to the frost, to embrace this new ice age and tear ourselves away from our addiction to the generator. I'll speak with the others tonight. Those who disagree with the Faith Keeper views gather and discuss how they can change the city. I mean, that's fine. There were very few that disagreed. It was like 20.
The Evolvers are now officially recognized by the city.
Okay, they created...
Evolver delegates will be joining the next council session.
They created a new faction. 545 Frostlanders have organized in a faction. These Evolvers prize cold rationality, personal achievement, and adaptation to the frost by any means necessary. They dislike blasting coal mine, mass-produced goods, and dutiful youth. All 3 of the rules that I have passed so far. Their manifest is adaptation, merit, and reason. They unlock train workers, community action. The Evolvers will train workers to drastically increase productivity. Good relations perk is treatment assistance. Evolvers will periodically heal sick or injured workers. They seek to pass weather-adjusted shifts, contagion prevention, and childhood. Mandatory school. Infectious badge. I see. Okay, this one's empty, this one's nearly empty, this one seems to be fine. We have expanded out quite a lot, and we were working on extraction districts when we got sidelined. I still can't build on that square. Oh. So I'm glad to see that one of those is a permanent source of materials. Oh yeah, they don't like us very much. Relations skeptical. The New Londoners like us now, though. The coal has been all used up, basically. Do we have more coal? What are you? Shallow coal seam. Yes. So we'll get more extraction districts set up on that. How's shelter still is a little low. Food is down-ish, and I want to kind of make sure that I have enough for them on that. Oh good, I have done... Oops, food district. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to grab that one because it's permanent. Lucy didn't come home from the mine. Last time it got cold, proper cold, I gave her my gloves. We huddled together. Mom didn't make it. I lost my hands to the frost, but Lucy was always strong. She took care of me then, worked 2 jobs, boxed in the arena, a real fighter at 13. She would have given herself to save that mine any day. Thanks to her, it's not proper cold, but how can I go on without her? We saved the blasting coal mine from the fire. Okay, so this is just a testimonial from someone who lost his child sibling in the explosion. Or in this fire suffocation. My expedition seems to have slowed down quite a lot.
The steward appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
So that should... This here should help with materials. Oh. I have to expand out some more. But we have helped materials quite a lot. We were up to like 290 unfulfilled or 250. Now we're down to 95 unfulfilled. That's way better. Oh, and we have extraction districts we can build here too. Can we just expand our existing extraction districts? Yeah. I wonder what's the benefit to expanding them instead of building more? Oh, you don't have to frost break. Gotcha. In that case, can I... Food looks great now. Fantastic. I can't expand this housing district out anymore, but I can expand this one. Okay. I just don't really have any place where I can go with it. Materials look way better. We're running low on prefabs though, so I want to get this going. Where to go? This. I have to frost break to it. Oh, they're ready. What did we find? We have a community of Frostlanders are eking out a pitiful living off moss and small fish. With no furnace, they survive by sleeping shoulder to shoulder under thick layers of fur. They would undoubtedly prefer to live in New London. Take them in or come back later. Or the others. In a cavern near the bay, we found a disturbing sight. Bodies in sturdy Frostland gear neatly laid side by side and left to freeze, with black oil markings over their closed eyes. A ghastly burial ritual? A map we found suggests they were heading to an old machine somewhere by the desolate coast. A machine would require a source of fuel. We should investigate. I see. Let's investigate. Over the years, there were sightings of nomadic people roaming this area. Even if true, it is unlikely that they would have survived so long on their own without a source of fuel. Open territory, threat level safe, possible findings, oil, prefabs, and cores. Let's launch. Required 10 base materials. Oh no, Frostland teams. Okay. What else do we have on our map? A shallow iron vein, another expedition camp, old way station I guess they're called in this one. Permanent sources of food and materials. Another way station. But as to coal, we've put down extraction districts on all of our coal mines, so we do need to hustle to find a permanent source of fuel. Feral children. Steward, 5 children are dead and dozens lay wounded after 2 large youth gangs met for what they called a rumble. Most of the children were armed with knives. The fighting escalated to a full-scale battle. As the parents of the deceased mourn, many insist these children should not have been left unattended. Indeed, many backstreet alleys seem to be overtaken by uncared-for youth. Some areas are beginning to be dangerous even for adults. The persistent lack of law regarding regulating childhood is causing crime and tension to rise even further. Commit to resolving the issue or dismiss the problem. You'll have 30 weeks to pass either family apprenticeship or mandatory school. Okay, so I thought I took care of it with putting kids to work, but I know now that I didn't, and I need to propose a law. Family apprenticeship. All children must work alongside one of their relatives so that they learn the trade and continue the family tradition. Percentage of active workers is increased, supported by the peacekeepers, the faith keepers, because of course it is. Mandatory school. To guarantee that all children have the skills and knowledge needed in the city, we will establish a mandatory school program supported by the city. Research speed is slightly increased. Heat stamps income per capita slightly decreased. We'll go with family apprenticeship. People are hesitant against, like, they're not super for either of these, but this one I think is going to be most useful to this particular civilization. We do need to negotiate though. Okay, if they vote for this, we have to research and vote for heat overclocking, research and build a ventilation tower, which decreases squalor, requires a pretty hefty workforce, and heat. Unlocks the rapid filtration district ability, which decreases squalor but will result in injuries. Or research and hold a vote for machine-centric shifts. To put less pressure on workers, workplaces must keep machines powered around the clock and adjust working hours accordingly. Squalor is marginally increased, workforce requirement is decreased. That seems like a good one. And it's come up before. I think we went with weather-centric shifts, but I don't recall. So I actually will... I'm cool with machine-centric. And that really put us over the edge. There are 5 of the new faction are just against. So they can't be negotiated with. We can negotiate with the New Londoners. I think we already negotiated with the Frostlanders. The Evolvers, that's the other faction. It's right up here, Cassie, you dum-dum. So I think we're good to go ahead into a vote and not have to negotiate with too many people, or too many factions.
Hear ye, hear ye. The eyes have it.
So do they vote by lighting candles? That's pretty. Childhood law has been regulated. You kept your promise and avoided unnecessary chaos in the city. Trust rises.
Attention, citizens. A new law is in effect.
Tomorrow morning you're coming with me to the workshop. Nice. I don't want our children toiling in the mines. Well, someone's got to. So now I have to research machine-centric shifts. To put less pressure on workers, workplaces must keep machines powered around the clock and adjust working hours accordingly. Workforce requirement is decreased, squalor is marginally increased. The Faith Keepers like this, and the New Londoners suggested it. The Evolvers want weather adjusted, and the Frostlanders too. Okay, let's research this. Steward, the stockpiles of materials that the captain has gathered have run out. After so many years, our resources in the pit are growing barren. Current output will satisfy some of the demand, but problems will mount over time. We must reach for new deposits, otherwise the city and us will suffer. We will suffer. Build or expand new districts to get more materials. That's what I've been doing. We're in a much better place with materials now than we have been. I can't expand this district out anymore, nor this one, so I will have to build... I can expand this one, but I don't think I can pick anything up from there. Oh no. We need goods. That's the big need right now. Food is good. Food is in a surplus. We're still looking for a permanent source of fuel, though. Faith Keepers support the Steward. Devoted relations. Steward, good news. Due to good relations with the Faith Keepers, they conduct sermons to soothe the populace and ease tensions. They think it will help you solidify your rule. If we want their continued support, we should maintain their approval. As long as the relations with the Faith Keepers are devoted, their performing sermons perk will remain active. Tension is decreased. I see. And they are devoted. The New Londoners are getting up there too. The Evolvers do not care for us. The Frostlanders are kind of getting there a little bit. What does this want? Nothing.
shield your apprentice from the dangerous aspects of your job. This is how they learn.
We still need houses. And I can't expand any of our existing housing districts out any further, so I'm gonna have to build another one. Never mind, I can expand this one out. Why is this stripey? Oh, squalor. It increases squalor and heat. That's gonna be okay today. What was that noise? I heard it. I don't see it. Do we have any other... Nope. Only the Research Institute. That's the only, like, single building that we can place right now. Okay. Oh, we're doing great on materials now. We're still doing well on food. We still need housing. We still need prefabs. Oh, I didn't build an extraction district on these prefabs. Indebted to the past, dutiful youth. Steward, a group of dutiful youth members have come with a humble request. I was a rebel before, but old Mr. Feeney, like the teacher from Boy Meets World, showed me the proper way to be a man, said their spokesman. Spending time with him and his generation, we understand how much we owe them. I'm not buying it. We can't even imagine what it was like to survive the whiteout years, what a sacrifice they had to make. He and his peers wish to organize a thanks and remembrance ceremony during which they will regard the eldest residents from every community with medals and gifts. Should we fund this endeavor? Fund the remembrance ceremony. We'll gather funds over 10 weeks to support these youth's initiative. Improves relations with the Faithkeepers. Heat stamps income per capita is significantly decreased. Or deny funding. We should invest in the future, not the past. Relations slightly worsen with the Faithkeepers. We'll fund it because it says it's only going to take 10 weeks. New Londoners' demand met. The New Londoners are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Relations with New Londoners improve, trust rises. Yeah, they like us a lot now. Delegate session on a vote on machine-centric shifts will be held in 10 weeks. We need heat, so I'm hoping that when in 14% we finish this expedition, we'll find that permanent source of oil. We still need shelter. What? Oh, 10 guard squads and 5 Frostlands teams are available. I got it. I think that means I could probably be sending out another expedition. We have 189 weeks of coal left. That's about 3 years. That's pretty good. Hopefully this will help with prefabs. It is all we have in the way of prefabs. I know we can bring home more on our expedition map. Oh good. They're ready. Or they're not ready quite yet. There we go. Old Dreadnought. A ruined machine lies across a crevasse. Wagons spilled into the nearby snow. There are clear signs that people have come and gone from the site, even storing goods here. But what amazed our scouts the most is a huge quantity of readily available oil. This could be the fuel source we've been searching for. We found oil. This place might finally provide the fuel we've been hoping for. We will build a new colony on this site, or come back later. We found oil. I remembered this from the first game. Old tombs. On the broken shore lies an old derelict dreadnought. It seems to have been upgraded to run on oil as it rests beside rich deposits. Perhaps the site was a refueling station. But deep in the black pool lie rows of frozen bodies wrapped in shrouds and placed in the still wells. Our scouts shudder at the sight. These oil deposits would surely solve our fuel needs, but we would have to desecrate these graves to access all of them. What should our teams do? Remove the bodies. We need all of the fuel we can get if we're to survive. More oil deposits will become available, or respect the dead. We will only access the vacant oil deposits. I'm going to remove the bodies. Black gold. Oil will save the city, but we need to adapt our generator to use it. In the meantime, we'll need to establish a reliable supply. It's time we settled beyond New London. Create a colony at the old Dreadnought and connect it with a solid trail to New London. Only then can supply be assured. This will save the city. Establish a colony at the old Dreadnought. Transfer at least 75 oil output to New London. Okay, so I am... connecting a path. Can I connect directly to New London? Or do I have to connect to this? What are these? I kind of don't know what I'm doing. Huh. I can't connect directly to this. It seems like I'd have to go here and then here. I guess that's gonna be fine. In the meantime, I have 5 Frostlands teams left available, so I wonder if I can bring home some prefabs. It requires exactly 5 Frostland teams. Okay, I see. So I can get like permanent prefabs from this, it seems like. But not yet, because I don't have the Frostland teams to support it. I have to wait till this path is done. In the meantime, let's check on my... let's make sure they're okay.
A new model is safer than a repurposed one.
We're still hurting on heat, but food and materials look good. We can start worrying about goods later. I actually don't even know how to worry about goods. Oh, we've got a vote on machine-centric shifts in 2 weeks. We still need housing. We have more prefabs than we had before, but only slightly. It's still rough and scary. Dutiful Youth. Steward, thanks to our funding, the young people from the Dutiful Youth program have held their thanks and remembrance ceremony. That was quick. Elders from every community mounted the stage and recounted their life stories and experiences of what they gave for the city to survive. A common meal and numerous discussions followed. It brought all of the city together. Tension is slightly decreased. Do I have a tension meter somewhere? I'd love to know how tense things are.
The delegates have reached a decision. A new law takes hold.
Cool. An hour-long break for a machine, an hour-long break for me. This person's happy about it. Yay. I missed what this person over here was saying. Soon machines will dictate when I go to the loo. They're so British. I'm glad that in general they seem to be happy about it. Cold is notable and growing, but we're working on it. I swear we are working on it. Looming cold, problems in the city. As the captain's authority weakened, different groups started pulling the city in their own direction. New London grew overpopulated. Whiteouts ruined expansion attempts, and now coal is finally running out. Without heat and shelter, people will start freezing to death. Although the captain appointed you before passing, people are anxious you're not up to the task. Prove them wrong, Steward. Cold has risen to a concerning level. People may die or suffer frostbite. Provide shelter and heat to fight it. Tension is high, people are afraid. I see. I would love to know that tension is high, but I don't seem to have a tension meter. Okay, it looks like our path is ready. But we can't send colonists because we don't have enough Frostland teams. How do I make more Frostland teams? Do I need to... build more logistic districts? Do I have to... okay, give me my... there we go. Give me my controls. I assume I have to frostbreak to a district. What's the closest one? Is this one less than 8 squares away? Perfect. I feel like I should probably just start frostbreaking to the other one too. We are so nearly there on housing. We only need 2 houses. Okay.
Seniors, remember, our dutiful youth are eager to help however needed.
I don't have a lot in the way of heat stamps, so I'm kinda holding off. Once we have enough Frostland teams, we should be in pretty good shape to get the colony situated though and get the heat brought back up. Prefabs are kind of killing me. So once we get the oil situated, I also want to get that permanent prefab camp set up. Build faster, please. $121 froze to death. That sucks, but now I don't need houses. I need a house. And slightly fewer goods. One less good. So nearly there. There we go. Okay, now we have 30 camps. Send colonists. And we have 10 more, so we should be able to set up a trail. You're finicky. You see what it's doing? It's like flashing, but it's not letting me click. I wonder why. Why is the efficiency of all of these buildings reduced? I wonder if it's because of the shifts. It seems like more people died, also. I'm working on it. Lil Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as the generator. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They got that new flu. And here they are, strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people, that's what they're doing. Oh please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's gotta get through to them. The lack of law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Supported quarantine. Contagious people will be placed in quarantine and cared for by the city in its dedicated accommodation. Disease is significantly decreased, shelter demand per capita slightly increased, or infectious badge. Contagious people will be required to wear a specific badge that allows others to limit their interactions with them if they deem it appropriate. Tension is slightly increased, disease is decreased. This seems like the better option. Just saying. Most people don't like it. Most people don't like either of these. Okay. Let's negotiate. The Faith Keepers and the Evolvers are just going to butt heads on every single thing, aren't they? But we can negotiate with the Frostlanders. They're not a very big group anymore. We may have to negotiate with both groups to get the vote where I want it to be. Vote for. Use a community action on Frostlanders. Grant agenda. Let Frostlanders choose the next law to be voted on in the council. I don't actually know how to do that. Research and hold vote on heat recycling. We will redirect excess heat from industrial machines to neighboring districts and infrastructure, increasing the heat available to the city. That seems good. Or hydraulic pump jack. Facility injecting high-pressure water into the ground to speed up oil extraction, causing minor impurities to seep into drinking water. We don't have oil in this ground, so I'm going to go with heat recycling. Okay, 450, hesitant 45, against 5. Let's negotiate with the New Londoners. What do they want? Chemical hothouse. Industrial-sized hothouse where chemical nutrients are injected into tubs of crops and accelerate their growth. Big workforce requirement. Food output is great, but we don't need that. Squalor is slightly increased, which we don't want. 40 heat demand, that's not great. Unlocks the excessive fertilization district ability. Build a blasting coal mine. I actually don't even know if I can. I can check. Or research fracturing pump jack. Facility utilizing explosives to create fractures in underground rock formations, allowing for the rapid extraction of oil. Slightly different from the last pump jack I read, I think. We'll go with build a blasting coal mine, and we'll see what happens.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
Cool. Okay, let's see if I can build a blasting coal mine on any of our coal deposits. Oh gosh.
Have reached a decision.
Our workforce is
A
low.
new law takes hold.
Let's see if we can bring people to the city. Okay. This is taking a very long time. Or it's done. I don't understand. Construction time 15 weeks. Gotcha. I have to research heat recycling. Where's my cursor? There it is. The evolvers agree with heat recycling. We will redirect excess heat from industrial machines to neighboring districts and infrastructure, increasing the heat available to the city. The Faith Keepers want heat overclocking. The excess heat produced by industrial machines will be reinjected back into the machines to allow them to operate at a higher capacity. Heat overclocking, the New Londoners and the Faith Keepers want, and then this one, the Frostlanders and the Evolvers want. I said I'd do this one, so we'll do this one. The New Londoners and the Faith Keepers like us well enough that I don't think that that's really gonna hurt, but if we have to put it to a vote, it's gonna be a tough vote. Okay, there's our workforce. Let's see if we can build that, not a research institute, blasting coal mine. Yes, good. Food's way up, and that's great. Materials way up. Goods way down. Housing way down. We have 5 Frostland expedition camps available, so can we bring more people home? We're about halfway through building this. The New Londoners are happy with us because we built that blasting coal mine. Okay, so we can set up a permanent food resource here, or food source. permanent prefab source here, and that's what I want to do, but I don't have the Frostland teams to support it right now. Coal is depleted. I thought we were doing prefabs. Oh, I guess I would have gotten prefabs if I destroyed it, and I'm getting coal because I didn't. That's a pain. What's over here? Mangled cart. Among debris in a mangled cart, we found an old navigation log. We can't wander forever. If we can only get through this canyon, then we can set up a permanent base next to the oil. The carts hold a large number of cores. Salvage the cores requires 5 Frostlands teams. Bring back 3 cores or come back later. What's this one over here? Oil cistern. A tanker filled with oil hangs in a narrow crevice. It will be dangerous to extract without specialized equipment. Send regular workers, we can't do. Send mountaineers, we can't do. We'll come back later. And from here, we'll just take the cores. I can't do anything with cores yet, but we'll figure it out. We need houses. I'm trying to stick around for this colony to be finished. Oof. I'm trying. The heat's not actually so bad anymore. But I know that I do have 54 unhoused, so let's see what I can do about that. I can snuggle up to my extraction districts for some heat for some of my houses, but not all of them. How much more time do I need on my colony over here? Almost done. Stop pressing that. You know better. You know what I realized is I also don't save enough. Which is to say, I only save this game when I'm quitting. It auto-saves, which is great. There's a whole nother faction over here that I'm starting to see. There might be more? Oh no, this might not be a faction, it might just be people in the background. The Frostlanders are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Relations with Frostlanders improved. Oh, they're quite devoted to me too now. That's good. We'll have to vote on this in 9 weeks and 4 days. Okay. Visions of our future, diverging ideas. Steward, everyone in New London is awaiting the moment when we get a steady supply of oil. So many fears would vanish, so many dreams made possible. But those dreams seem to be diverging. Faith keepers paint visions of an eternally warm New London, as warm as only the eldest among us remember. But evolvers want us to use this newfound power to reach out and settle remote places on the Frostland, making it our own. Both factions started thinking about how to use oil when it reaches New London. When it does, we will have to decide. I see. Is there no way to do both? What? There's a disabled generator over here? Oh, that's my... okay. Oh, I have to build a sub-colony. Okay. Crazy, crazy.
Submit news for the Old Dreadnought Weekly. Your voice is needed. Positive stories.
Crime. The crime problem in New London continues to worsen. The scarcity of goods may drive people to acts of crime when they don't see other ways to obtain necessities. Making goods available helps ensure people don't revert to a free-for-all. If they do, watchtowers and prisons might become necessary. It's also worth examining if our laws are helping us fight crime. It may be more difficult to ensure order as the population rises. If crime runs rampant, people might be injured or killed, tensions will grow, and radicals among us will grow in popularity. We'd best ensure it doesn't come to this. Crime has risen to a concerning level. I see. How do I get goods, though? How do I transfer oil to New London? How do I get goods? Is it going to happen automatically? Do I need to build houses for them over there? Yeah, it seems like I need to do all the same things over there that I was doing here. Or, you know, backward, whatever's backward of that. I have to frost break. No, I don't have to frost break, but I do have to... If I need to get over here, like there's oil here, I need to... I assume I need to get to the oil so that I can transfer that back to New London. What's right here? More prefabs. Okay. This will be prefabs too? Yes. Okay. What's the closest source of oil? This one or this one? Looks like this one over here. I'm just gonna creep over to it, I guess. But for now, I think we're gonna end. It has been an hour, and it's time to go. I don't want to, but I have to. Thank you for hanging out with me today. This game is super fun.
The temperatures will soon plummet. Beware.
Where? I see it rising. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me today. I don't really know what's next for us. This is pretty interesting though, and I'm having a good time. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you very